honored guests, parliamentarians, colleagues, and friends. It is a pleasure to be here today to host one of the newest and possibly bravest citizens of Canada, Malala Yousafzai. It is a privilege to welcome you to our house, and now that you're an honorary Canadian, I hope you'll consider this your house, too. Welcome. Malala's story is one we know well. It is both exceptional and familiar, out of this world and, sadly, commonplace. Years ago, we heard all about this bold, brave girl from Swat Valley who stood up to the Taliban. A whip-smart, politically engaged 12-year-old who was inspiring other kids to raise their voices and lead by example. A girl whose greatest want in life was to go to school. A girl who refused to be silenced. With hope, we stood in awe of her. And with horror, we watched as cowards tried to take her life. And still, as the world prayed while she recovered, we were reminded that a bullet is no match for an idea. That in the face of evil, what is right and what is good will always prevail. Malala, tu as dit que tu ne souhaitais pas de mal à l'homme qui a tenté de t'assassiner. Tu as ainsi fait preuve d'une immense bonté dans laquelle les Canadiens peuvent se reconnaître. Il y a quelques mois à peine, nous avons été témoins d'un attentat terroriste qui a ciblé une mosquée de Québec. Ce geste de violence insensé a tué 6 personnes innocentes, des époux, des pères et des fils. Et pourtant, même après ce crime, les Canadiens se sont montrés unis. Nous ne nous sommes pas retournés les uns contre les autres. Nous ne nous sommes pas divisés entre voisins. Nous n'avons pas succombé à la haine ou à la peur. Par l'approche positive qu'on essaye toujours de prendre en tant que Canadiens, nous avons dit au reste du monde que nous n'allions pas répondre à la violence par la violence, que nous allions plutôt répondre à la peur et à la haine avec de l'amour et de la compassion. Malala, tu es un exemple de bonté, autant avec tes mots qu'avec tes gestes. Et c'est quelque chose qui a résonné non seulement avec les Canadiens, mais avec le reste du monde. Yours is a story of an ordinary girl doing extraordinary things. An everyday hero, a trailblazer and a teenager, a renegade and a reader, a fearless advocate and a girl who wants nothing more than to see more kids in classrooms. And on top of that, you're impossibly humble. We Canadians are all about that. When you accepted the Nobel Peace Prize, you said, I tell my story not because it is unique, but because it is not. And when you spoke at the UN, you said, I raise up my voice not so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the true embodiment of leadership and service. We should all wish to serve so honorably in all of our paths. Malala, you have given light to boys and girls mired in darkness. And you have challenged women and men of all backgrounds to be better so that we may do better. And one area where we must all do better is in educating our young people. We know that only through education can we achieve true peace. I say that not only as a husband, father, and community member. I first and foremost say that as a teacher. I was lucky enough to teach some really great kids in BC for 5 years. And they taught me that going to school is about more than just learning how to read and write. It's about challenging your worldview. It's about innovation. And it's about solving problems by working together. Education has the power to change the world. It can end poverty, fight climate change, prevent wars. But in order to achieve progress, we all have to make sure that all children, girls as well as boys, get to go to school. I couldn't imagine a world where my sons, Xavier and Hadrian, could enjoy the gift of learning, but my daughter, Ella Grace, could not. She, like so many other little girls, loves to learn, and she'd be devastated if she had that right taken from her. Ce n'est pas un secret que les femmes et les filles ont toujours dû se battre et doivent continuer de se battre pour obtenir des choses que les hommes tiennent pour acquises. Le droit de vote, le droit de servir son pays, le droit à l'équité salariale, le droit de choisir quand commencer une famille. Malheureusement, pour compléter cette liste, ça me prendrait toute la journée. Et pourtant, la réussite de n'importe quelle société dépend de la pleine participation des femmes et des filles. Et ça commence toujours par l'éducation. Ici au Canada, nous nous assurons que nos enfants possèdent les compétences nécessaires pour avoir une vie épanouie dans un monde en constante évolution. En tant que ministre de la Jeunesse et père de jeunes enfants, l'éducation est évidemment une priorité pour moi. Le mois dernier, nous avons annoncé le financement d'un nouveau programme qui permettra d'enseigner aux enfants des notions de codage et des compétences numériques. Nous aidons plus d'adolescents de communautés à faible revenu à terminer leurs études postsecondaires, leurs études secondaires. Nous investissons dans des programmes qui encouragent les jeunes garçons et filles à s'intéresser aux sciences, à la technologie, au génie et aux mathématiques. And we're building and repairing schools to ensure that every Indigenous student living on reserve receives a good education. For too long, these children have been neglected. That's unacceptable, and we must do more. For the sake of girls and boys around the world, for the sake of our future, the time to act is now. My friends, we know that progress starts as an idea rooted in conviction, brought to life by the right words, and driven into action with courage. We call on our brothers and sisters around the world to speak boldly and without fear, knowing in their hearts that the right words at the right time can make change happen. Malala, you chose hope. You chose dignity. You chose determination. And children around the world, thank you for it. Today, in this country and in this chamber, we honor you. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it is my great privilege to introduce to you a champion for education and a fearless new Canadian, Malala Yousafzai.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the most merciful, the most beneficent. Good afternoon, bonjour, assalamu alaikum, bakhair aale. Mr. Prime Minister, Madam Trudeau Sophie, Mr. Speaker, members of the House, members of the Senate, distinguished guests, my parents, Ziauddin and Zulfikar,